27, two things happened. My best friend, who was sick and tired of me inviting her to happy hour to talk about my idea for a nonprofit, said, "Girl, just stop talking about it and do it." And then a mentor told me, "Angelica, if you keep sitting around and waiting for approval and permission, they're not going to give it to you. So you need to get your folks together and you need to do it." And that's what I did. I have to give shout outs to Daniel Lazo, class of 2018, Jay Area, Jaren Penalosa, and a number of others, Elaine, that are in Lead Filipino, took a chance on this organization. And you know what? We've grown to serve hundreds of community members every year. And when those naysayers see you doing your thing, you can trust that it feels good when they're watching. Don't wait. The second is, please, everyone, fail openly. I'm promoting failure to college graduation, I know. But hear me out on this. We live in a society that praises success. Because success, the fruits of success, don't they taste good? In the form of accolades, awards, recognition, your name in the Phil-Am Star, newspaper clipping, money, more money, power and prestige. Success feels good. But in our community, in our culture, we don't talk about the failures. We want to forget them. We don't talk about the impact it can have on someone's psyche, on someone's emotions, and physically, how it can be debilitating. And I think we ought to. When Lead Filipino was first starting, I cold called a faculty advisor at a high school out here. My plan? I wanted to pilot our Awareness in Action program, which is a Filipino Ethnic Studies course, 8 weeks after high school. The advisor was just short of hanging up in my face. He scoffed and he dismissed me, and then questioned my integrity, that I could approach him without having gone through the county's background process because we were working with minors, and having not gone through the district. So I cried after. I solidly cried, y'all. No one around me understood why I was so sad. But to me, that was failure, and failure will always look different and feel different to everyone, 1,000% of the time. It's a very personal thing. But rather than being bitter, because I could have cursed him out, could have gave him a piece of my mind, I was better. And that's the thing. We grow the most from our failures, and I want you to embrace that. Think about what failure does. It forces you. You get some humble pie. It forces you to reflect, to rethink, to revise, and think your approach the second, third time, and you come back swinging harder. Trust that. You're better because of it. So he rejected us, right? And I went back to the crew and I told them, we need to do our homework, we need to get in touch with the county, we need to put our ideas on paper, so there's a PDF packet of our curriculum, and we'll make it hard for the next school to reject us. And you know what? We're at Milpitas High School once a week now. We just finished our spring training with college folks and community members that want to teach ethnic studies in a community-based, free and accessible way. And we're gearing up for our 3rd annual summer program called Awareness in Action that's held at Asian American Recovery Services over on the east side of San Jose. Thank you. So fail openly. It's all in your reframing and your attitude. And the last thing, everyone, is chase experiences. So what does that mean? What kind of life do you want to live? What kind of American life do you want to live? College educated. I love it. He's like, college educated, you have the sheepskin, you have the resources and tools. 1.5, second gen, third generation, your family has laid roots here. You're in the San Francisco Bay Area, you're in California. Our community's wealth is the history that we carry, in the experiences that we've lived. So what American life do you all want to live, class of 2018? Did you grind out in college to nail that job that'll have you at a desk for 60 hours a week? Did you grind out at college to work 2,080 hours a week, because that's standard? Home ownership? car ownership, a couple of them, planning for outside lands in Coachella, living for the weekends, maybe having some babies and fur babies, whatever order you want. The reality is that you design your life. You're answerable to you. Design and create the life you want because you did it. In some ways to do this, I want to encourage is to really break yourself out of the routine, disrupt and think of the legacy of your families, the oceans they crossed, the unknowns they stepped into, the risks they took, and the high rewards they gained. To have you all here graduating from San Jose State University. Beat the odds, move out of the Bay Area, take a job out of state, travel abroad, challenge your views of this world and the biases you might carry about us. Expand your worldview, look at how different lives are lived abroad, outside of California. Diversify your experiences and have conversations with people that will disagree with you on virtually everything. Because you learn when you have those conversations, for better or for worse. But remember, be better, not bitter. What does that mean to all of you? Because I hate when I hear speeches that don't connect with me. And I'm not talking up here, I'm talking to you, and all y'all. What does that mean to the business majors, to the engineering students, to the nurses, to the educators, to the radio, TV, and film graduates? That means if you want to be on KMEL, you submit that video, you submit that segment. That means you audition for that role. You fund that startup. You start that business. You go for that job at Cedars-Sinai. You take all the risks, you embrace the failure because that is a possibility, and you chase those experiences. Now, I want nothing more for our community to always transcend and ascend and soar and to rise. And a win for each of you individually is a win for all of us. So please, design the life you want and don't wait. And like Cardi and Chance say, live your best life. Thank you, everyone. Top 2 class of 2018.